And welcome out to the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box and 105.7 The Fan. Glenn Clark, Reeta Hubbard. We are live at Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North. And of course, the star of our show is our friend, Mr. Tyus Bowser.
Hello, hello, hello. Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Great to see you, buddy. You got to tell me about this. This was sharp with like the pink and the. I love that.
So I got it from Miami. And you know how Miami is with all the crazy colors. So they had, I guess, like a special, edition or something that they only sell in Miami as far as the colors. So
man,
I was like, man, I'm kind of feeling this a little.
I think that looks nice,
too,
bro.
So.
I think that looks nice. That looks sharp.
It worked well.
All right, tonight's show is brought to you by our friends at Superbook. You can use the code GlennClark23, that's GLENNCLARK23, when you sign up at superbook.com or download the Superbook app, and you will get a same-day first bet match, win or lose, up to $250. That's GlennClark23 at superbook.com or download the Superbook app. Tyus, you want to introduce us to your special guest tonight?
Yeah, man. This is one of my favorite guys on the team, a guy that I definitely respect a ton. We've been through the ins and outs. We've had, the moments to kind of just get to know each other. And, this is like a brother to me. And, he holds our defensive line down, probably the strongest, most athletic big man that I've probably ever seen.
We're going to talk about
Michael
that.
Pierce.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank
you. Before we start, we got to ask you, Michael, what's it like being back here? I mean, obviously, last year was your first year back, but you were injured. So now you're back. What's it like being back in Baltimore after a couple of years being removed?
It's just like coming back home. Spent my first 4 years here. Those were great 4 years. Got to play with some amazing people like Tyus, like Terrell Suggs, like Brandon. Just being looked up to as a leader now in year 8 versus my first 4 is different, but it's a challenge that I'm growing into. Like I said, I had Calais Saline on last year, and now it's up to me. Guys like Tyus, obviously, we got some good young guys, but it's just like coming home, and for me, that's been a big blessing.
See, Reeta, I was convinced that Tyus wanted to bring out Mike this week because last week when Rashad was here, he called him Uncle Clean. So I thought that maybe he was just looking for somebody that was older than him this week so he didn't have to deal with it anymore. I thought that might have been what happened. That's not
the case.
No,
that's
you
not
sure?
The case. I'm very sure.
Some balancing of the age groups here.
Nah, man, no.
Because I feel like we kind of closer to like the millennials.
Yeah, man.
Rashad is Gen Z for sure, right?
Definitely Gen Z. Definitely. But, we got a few vets still, so I'm gonna try to bring him out. But he's definitely one of them.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's not pussyfoot around it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what is up with that weather, right? Like, it's terrible.
Terrible.
Gosh.
Where is it coming from, honestly?
It's awful.
Where's it coming from?
I have no idea. I thought it was just a tropical storm for a couple of days. It won't go away.
Yeah, man. I'm not liking none of this at all. I need that, 79, clear skies. I need that back.
I thought we came to an agreement. Like, I thought we, in the contract we did for year 3, I thought we put in the deal that you guys are going to win on the Sunday before shows. Like, I thought that was...
And we started off good, too. We started off good.
We started off great, man. But, it's the NFL. You got to understand that, you could play, you can have the best players, you could be a great team, and, you can always find, you can always come up short. And, unfortunately, that was the case for us. And, it sucks because, as a team, I feel like we play hard, especially as a defense. We did the best that we could, dealing with the situation that came up. But overall as a team, man, we had the opportunity to win, but we just came up short.
It's what it is. Yeah. These things happen. We know it. I wonder if you're capable, and I don't know what the conversation has been like these last couple of days, because Mike, we talked to Tyus a lot about like how he processes, how he handles going through losing. You're pretty deep in your career. I imagine it probably doesn't impact you the same way today that it did when you were like 20, but were you guys able to take a big picture? Like, hey man, we were without 10 guys for this game, 10 starters, and it still took like a miracle for it to go the wrong way. Is it easier to process when you can come up with those circumstances, or do you find yourself saying like, nah, man, those are excuses. We're not doing that.
I would say no. Like I said, we always say next man up. That's what we wholeheartedly believe. But also, you got to think, just like we have injuries, those guys have injuries. Anthony Richardson was not on the football field. Their center, Ryan Kelly, was not on the football field. So, like I said, each and every team could use injuries as an excuse from different week to week. But like I said, if we want to be where we want to be at the end of the season, you got to capitalize on those opportunities. And unfortunately, we didn't on Sunday. But like I said, we missing Marlon and all those different guys. You can always use that as an excuse. But at the end of the day, they don't look at who was missing when you played them, just the final record. So,
when you see how the game obviously played out and it's a loss, how are you able to just say, hey, on to Cleveland? Or is it, sometimes in the way that you lose, you just feel like it lingers? Like, are you able to just compartmentalize it and just say, hey, it's a marathon, it's not a quick race, or does sometimes
or do we need to
just
stay
linger
away
to
from you for like 48 hours?
Right.
you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think being, 8 years in the league, you definitely have those times where you kind of let things linger, but that's when those losing streaks really happen. So I think Coach Harbs does a great job of recapping everything on days like today. You get that Monday off. You get to kind of lick your wounds, watch a film, see what you could have did better, and then, we come in and, they start to pick out different things that each guy has to improve on. So if you let those things linger, you can end up in a 2 or 3 game losing streak in a heartbeat, especially with, how Cleveland is playing on defense, how they're starting to come together on offense. You don't want to have those feelings or those regrets go on to the next week.
Do you remember, Tyus, I'll start with you because I don't think we talked. Do you remember if there was like one moment in your life that changed how you handled like losing a football game? That at an age you were like, man, I didn't handle it well, but after this one, for some reason, I like realized it's not the end of the world. As Mike talked about, like you got to be moving on. Do you remember if there was a moment that changed the way that you had that perspective?
I think there was a lot of games that, that moment happened. Especially being a young guy, you're just so used to winning, so used to, being around good teams where, you finish, you find ways to win, and, the unfortunate happens, and, it was definitely a process, but I'm trying to think of the certain game, but I just know for sure I have to understand that, you have to figure it out, understand what went wrong, and you really just have to move on, and that's just how the league go because, next week they don't care. Whether you play good or bad, like they just know that they're gonna have to line up in front of you that next week, and you got to be ready. So I can't really just think of a certain game, but I know that I've had my moments where I maybe missed a sack or an interception or whatever the case may be, to where it was just in my mind the whole time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can't stop thinking about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
But
And neither can we. We actually hold it. Man, we're still weeks later. Rita's like, I can't believe he dropped that pick. I'm so mad at him.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
still
mad at
there,
him. It
but
was right there.
you got to continue to move on. So that's just how it's got to be.
It is the Tyus Bowser Show with Michael Pierce, Pressbox 105.7 The Fan. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, you can get free confidential services by calling 1-800-GAMBLER or visiting helpmygamblingproblem.org. So we talked about how you guys have been around for a little bit, right? Like, Mike, you came in 16
Yep.
and Tyus in 17. Tyus, I'll start with you. I wonder if you could talk about, like, because you guys are at this point, I know Mike, had a little departure there for a minute, but as tenured as just about anybody here not named Justin Tucker, right? Like, how has your relationship, like, grown over the years, and what have you seen in Mike and how he went from undrafted, had to prove everything, nobody knew who he was, to now is, we talked about, become one of the true veteran, like, stalwarts of this defense?
Yeah, I mean, I can just go back to my first year and just the coaches kind of just talking about his story, and especially, during preseason when, guys is fighting for a job spot, and they always bring up his story and how he used that last game to, decide his destiny. And, just that right there was an influence for me to just, take advantage of every moment, because you just never know when that opportunity comes. And, I just try to inspire these young guys as well, during training camp, just speaking to the young ones, just to let them know that, man, every time you're on that field, each snap matters. And Coach kind of pointed that out too, as far as when it come to games, that you just never know when that one play can decide whether you win or lose that week. And from there, it's like, man, this between you having a job and changing your life and being able to provide for your family, represent your city, or just fighting to, try to get on the roster spot or make the team, whatever the case may be. So just for him, just hearing this story and just seeing how hard he works, just seeing the type of guy he is, the leader he is, it helps me, because he's sort of a quiet guy just like me. He's very to himself, but one thing he's going to do is work. One thing he's going to do is be a leader. He's going to, express himself whenever he needs to, whenever he wants to. And from there, man, you gotta have guys like that. And, I have a ton of respect for this guy, man. And, each and every day, it's a blessing being able to work beside him.
It's cool, man.
That's very nice.
It's beautiful,
thing to
right?
say.
It's beautiful.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah.
Would you like to return the favor? Would you like to say something else?
Yeah, of course. So
I really hope Mike just says, like, yeah, Tyus is cool.
No. So interestingly enough, as we were driving down here, I told my wife, I said, I never thought Tyus would have this radio show, or just a radio show.
So did everyone else in his life.
So did everyone
And
else.
Tyus included, by the way.
Yeah, me as well.
I think my first, so your first 4, I was there for 3 of them. The first 2 years, I didn't hear him talk much at all, like at all. And just to see how he's grown, to see how he's become, a mainstay here. So when he got here, Terrell Suggs was still here, Judon was still here, Z was still here, which we about to play him on Sunday. So, having to fight his way into the guy that they drafted him to be. And then, over COVID, I got to sit out and watch him make big plays, those interceptions that come to mind. It's just amazing to see, man. So you never know where a guy's career can end up. Like I played with, Bronson Kafusi was a 3rd-round pick. Kalumale Kalea was a 2nd-round pick. Those guys, had different career paths, but you just never know how any guy's career may end up. So to see him fight back from an Achilles injury, which a lot of people don't do too well, to fight back, I'm sure he's going to play well when he gets back now. So, this guy's a warrior. Like I said, he's grown so much, it's like literally insane. Like, I promise you, if you would have asked me $1 million bet back in 2017, 2018, would Tyus Bowser have any kind of media show or anything, I would have lost $1 million, 100%. But no, man, it's exciting to see how he's grown, and like I said, to see how he's mentoring guys and just being a leader in his own way, just kind of like I do myself. So, no, man, like I said, he's a pillar in our organization, and I think everybody knows it.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful,
That is awesome.
right?
Beautiful word.
I appreciate it.
All right, so both of you guys at this point are pillars of the organization as the older guys at this point, right? So do you guys get any compensation for being veterans? So in the past, young guys used to get the vets. Did you get vets chicken on the flag? I mean, back in the day?
Everybody has to.
Okay, right.
Certainly.
So what do you guys get now that you're the vets and they're the young guys?
I mean, it could be just like simple stuff, whether it's, getting some body work done, just letting the rookie like, hey, man, Rook, like, get out of the way, or when it comes to food, like asking, like, yo, I need you to grab me some food from the cafeteria or give me some snacks, like,
Does
get on
Zay
Amazon.
have to do this too?
Yeah, he got to do that too.
For his respective room,
For
for the
yeah.
wide receiver.
wide
Oh,
receiver
okay.
group.
So
Yeah.
it's based on the position.
Yeah,
in
for
terms
the
of
most
what they
part.
do for their
But
positions.
even so, like, they understand we're vets as well. So if there was just some case where we needed something or asked for something, I'm pretty sure that,
I want to know what
just
the
out of respect.
Hang on, like if you need like an oil change, can you like go up to Malik
mean, we ain't
Cam
go-
and be like, bro, run over to Jiffy Lube for me?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't even ask him to do that for me.
But like, would it be expected if?
Nah, not no oil change.
I don't want them driving my car.
Exactly, man.
So
Valid.
I drive a nice car. I don't want nobody in my car.
I don't know what kind of insurance they have, so
Exactly.
they ain't driving my car.
At that age, I don't know if they even got insurance, man.
Oh no, but yeah, but it's
nah,
Malik's
not
our
at
guy.
all.
We love Malik.
Nah,
we love.
that's my guy. That's
yeah,
my guy.
right. We love Malik. But no, like that's still. We know it's not. We don't do hazing. Like we know but it's just sort of part of team initiation, right? Like it's part of. But we want you to get to know these other guys, and it's part of sort of the way things work, and these things still exist in some form or fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like even just a guy like T-Rob, where, a rookie, but, he's always willing to help out in any type of way. If you ask him for something, he's going to go and do it, without any hesitation. But at the same time, we respect them as well as men. We're not just going to go out here and ask for nothing crazy, but, simple stuff he's always willing to work out.
And is it just for like the rookie year, or if you're the low man on the totem pole in like the group, no matter how long?
Yeah, it's normally just for the rookies, man.
Okay.
Only for the rookies.
All right, that's the way that it works after that. Then you're good.
Then you good.
Do you ever try to have fun with it, like roll something out there, like Puff Daddy asking for, like, you to walk to Brooklyn to get some cheesecake? Do you ever attempt to roll something out there just to mess with them?
I've honestly never even thought about it.
I really wish you would.
I think you bringing up something
Like-
good, man. I might have to think about something.
Like
Yeah, I
maybe-
think like Terrell Suggs and like Steve Smith used to do some
Yes, it's crazy stuff.
more unorthodox.
Okay, wait.
I have some more unorthodox.
But you,
requests.
hang on, because you guys both come from, what was the one that when you were on the other side of it, like Mike in 20, I don't know who the guys, who would have been the guys in 2016 that you,
My vets were Brandon and Lawrence Guy.
okay, all right, so what was like the craziest thing that you had to do during the, because I think,
I think we went to Indianapolis I think that was Tyus. We went somewhere, and somebody forgot their headphones. I had to go like find the Best Buy.
you had to go out to Best Buy.
Yeah, that was a mess. I got lost and I almost missed the team meeting, but God had my back, man.
Did you like hop in an Uber or something and go?
I mean, I walked. They was like, "Yo, just down the street, just go walk." And then I think the one I went to was further than, like sometimes your phone doesn't calibrate all the way.
Right.
So it sent me a little further than I should have went.
Or is that you're the wrong Best Buy?
And
Like,
I walked there, but I got an Uber back and barely made it, but I got the job done.
Tyus, what about you?
I mean, my rookie year, like you said, it was, Terrell Suggs,
Oh, boy.
Matt Judon,
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith.
Oh.
Those guys are just characters
Yes.
in their own perspectives. But luckily, they didn't have to, they didn't ask me to do nothing crazy. But I would probably say I had to just bring up food. I just had to bring food on the plane. And, their orders would be, crazy. Like just asking for, a 7-piece wing with one leg in there, or these crazy flavors and stuff. And it's been like twice where I was literally the last guy like chasing for the plane before I
Because they were still trying to track down the chicken?
trying to track down the chicken, and they be telling me last minute, like 2 hours before the flight leaves, like, yo, I need you to order this chicken. And I'm like, bro, I gotta go home, I gotta get packed, I gotta get my stuff together.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody said they put in a Popeyes order, and like, we all love Popeyes, but like you never know what it is they're handing you in that bag.
Yeah.
Especially if you
It
want that
could be
spicy. If you want that
anything.
spicy, you're going to have to wait.
Yeah, that's
So like whoever it was like an idiot. I didn't check the order when I picked it up, and it was the exact same scenario. Got to the plane, it was the wrong order. They said you better go back out and get some more.
Wow, that's tough. Nah.
It was scrambling, man.
Nah, I would have had to just take
you're
whatever
gonna deal with it,
punishment,
right? You
know
got
what
what
I'm
you
saying? I
got.
just gotta deal with it at that point. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, make some noise at Tyus Bowser, Michael Pierce, please. This Sunday, you can join Super Bowl 35 champion Dwayne Starks at the grand opening of the Green Turtle Sportsbook in Canton from 11 a.m. until kickoff at 1 p.m. And on Saturday, October 21st, you can join Super Bowl 47 champion Marshall Yanda at Wise Markets in Nottingham for a very special autograph signing to benefit breast cancer awareness. You can find out more about both events at facebook.com/great8memorabilia with the number 8 and great8memorabilia.com. All right, when we come back in, a couple things that like we never cleaned up. You went to the White House, which is crazy. We're going to find out about that. And Michael had a bit more of an eventful off season. There was something more significant that happened with him in the off season. So we're going to talk about that next. Pressbox 105.7 The Fan. It's the Tyus Bowser Show. Can we, before we start segment number 2? I just found out that one of our regulars has a birthday coming up. Our buddy Jameson. Jameson, how old are you going to be on Monday? 7 years old. Can we, would y'all indulge me before we start the segment? Would y'all sing happy birthday with me for Jameson? All right. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jameson. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Happy birthday, Jameson.
That's our guy. We love Jameson. That's our guy. All right. We ready? Welcome back into the Tyus Bowser Show press box in 105.7 The Fan. We are live at Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North, where give me a second here, because I was just told some information, Rita. I don't know what your plans are on Saturday, but they're having their big Oktoberfest party on Saturday, and it's their 2nd anniversary.
Guess I'll be there.
$25 all-you-can-drink ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, gotta purchase it on site on Saturday. They will be open and the party will be going all day long. Some traditional German-style games like a beer stein holding competition, a pretzel throwing competition, and much more. Of course, all the games will be in all the TVs here at Guilford Hall Brewery, but that's this Saturday. So depending on when you're hearing this, that would be the 30th. You're going to want to be here to celebrate Oktoberfest at Guilford Hall Brewery. This place is amazing. The food's, we've been out here so many times.
Yeah.
The food's awesome. The drink
Amazing.
selection.
Amazing.
Rita hangs out here even when we're not here.
Yeah,
This
she
is
got her
one-
usual.
It's
you know,
this and
little
Hamilton
beer.
are typically my usual thing. I am drinking Oktoberfest right now.
Look at
actually.
that. Look at that.
So there's that.
Most of their beer is now available in cans as well, but this Saturday, $25 all-you-can-drink ticket. You're not going to want to miss the Oktoberfest celebration here at Guilford Hall. All right, Tyus is here. Rita and Glenn, of course, our special guest is the one and only Michael Pierce. Tyus, you got to go to the White House.
Yes.
And
I
we
did.
completely missed talking to you about this last time, man.
Yeah, that was a very low-key trip. I went to this Rolls Royce event in Houston, and lucky.
What were you doing at the Rolls Royce event?
So,
were you looking to buy?
So that's the thing. So one of my assistants with my agency knew this lady that worked at the what is it called? I forgot the name of that spot, but she works at the famous hotel in Houston owned by Tillman Fertitta. You know, he owns
Who
the
owns the
Golden
Rockets
Nugget,
and- yeah.
all of that, and pretty much invited me to this Rolls Royce event, just an opportunity to network and connect with,
What a
people there.
humble brag, by the way, is going on right now, right?
I feel like they don't allow guests that can't afford Rolls Royces in the Rolls Royce.
I can't. Obviously, I don't drive one, so I mean that right there tells you. But no, it was a crazy event. I mean, meeting people that's flying in helicopters, on the golf course, and multimillionaires, people who own Rolls Royces for a living, like collect Rolls Royces for a living, and they're like literally the first person they call. And it's like, hey, you want this? Yeah, I'm gonna get it, So, it's just an opportunity to meet people, and we went to dinner after.
By the way, I understand these people. These are my people.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. I'm just there. I'm just here for the moment. But we went out to eat that night and got the chance to talk to a lady, and she told me she worked for the Bush administration. And we just got to talk and got the chance to chat and connect. And she was like, yeah, well, I told her I played with the Ravens. Like, oh, well, I'm in the Bush administration. I know that's close. So
This is the funny part about this is she's like, you're the least accomplished person that I've met today.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So she was like, hey, if you're ever wanting to, take a visit to the White House, just let me know. I can call my friend who still works there, and we can make it happen. I was like, absolutely. So I brought my parents, brought two of my cousins, and my assistant. out there, and we had the chance to kind of move around the White House a little bit. Couldn't have any phones in there, so I wasn't able to take a picture of the Oval Office and
You're not allowed to have a phone anywhere in the White House?
You can't have a phone at all in the West Wing.
Really?
Like, as soon as you walk through the door, there's
Okay,
like
wait, so were you on like the public tour or were you on like a special tour because you knew somebody?
No, this
All
is,
right.
so as far as this tour, you have to know someone who works in
Yeah,
there in order
I know
to have,
somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody
Ex-
situation.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we had the chance to actually like move around to some pretty cool spots. And like I said, you walk through the door, they have, little cubbies right there that you lock your phones in. They check you and make sure you don't have nothing. And then you just, get to move around and check it out.
Wow.
And as close as you get to the Oval Office, the thicker the doors get. So like the White House, the Oval Office.
I'm now imagining you
Doors probably
checking the thickness of all of the doors.
No, but like as we're walking, they mentioned like, one of the cool things in here is the fact that once you get close to the Oval Office or the important rooms, the thicker the door is, so you're not able to
hear like
stuff,
all of the
things
secrets.
like that. So that was
yeah.
one of the cool little things, and just a cool experience.
I now know more about how the Clinton years happened. All right.
Oh gosh, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
With that in mind, I think we've talked before. So, you both of you guys are really religious guys, right? Like, I think we talked before about like the idea that maybe you could be a preacher. And I've heard guys talk about like when Tyus talks, he sounds like a preacher, right?
Yeah, I
And,
tend to
like-
get that a lot, man. I get that a lot.
But what about who on the team is most likely to be in the White House one day, or at least just be like, which of your teammates could you one day see being a politician of some sort?
Justin Tucker.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a goof.
I mean, and you put
Like-
that was you didn't even think about this. It was like immediate response.
I mean, we're not too far, as far as our lockers. So, and then just hearing from other people that knows him well. I mean, I've heard that he's a very political guy.
Really?
So
He's really smart.
yeah, very.
I know he's smart.
very
I don't want to take
intelligent
anything away from him, but you just see, like, he never turns it off.
guy. Very. But
You'll
he's
be
very
just
political.
having I'll literally be like, Justin, how you doing today? And he'll start singing.
That's what I was about to say. We see him as like the opera singer, but not necessarily the politician per se.
You'd be amazed. Like this guy,
Yeah.
he's very tuned in. He's dialed
Wow.
into the political.
Mike, was there anybody else that jumped to mind, or are you thinking?
I feel like Kyle Hamilton could do a pretty good job.
I can see
Really?
that. I can see that.
That's surprising. I didn't.
Kyle pretty smart, bro. And then like I said, he has a serious side, but he kind of laid back. But I mean, really, I guess when you look at a lot of these
Did you
presidential
see
candidates,
Rita roll her eyes?
I was rolling my eyes at Trippy.
She was saying Marlon.
Yeah, so that's why I was rolling my eyes. I was like,
Oh, Trippy's trying to make himself Senator Trippy back there.
Yeah, no, I think Kyle could do it. He's a Notre Dame guy.
Notre
Yep.
Dame
I mean, there's no doubt he's smart.
his
Like,
brother, I think, went to Penn, so I could see that. I could see that.
international family.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I could see
okay,
it.
I could see
I could
that
see
a little
it.
bit. That makes some sense.
All right, Michael. We know that you had a major life-changing event.
Everybody want to congratulate Michael Pierce because he got married
He got
this
married.
offseason.
Indeed. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much.
So, what has that been like? What is married life like? Glenn knows the answer to this. I used to know the answer to this.
I want to know the answer.
It's weird because Mike didn't ask me because I would have been, at the top of the don't do it list, bro. Like, don't do it.
Oh God.
I'm glad you didn't
Wonderful,
listen to
though.
him.
I'm so glad.
I hope your wife is not listening.
So,
never
how's married
does.
life been for you thus far?
If you put in the words that my wife has told her, I guess her uncle, I'm at work all the time. So no, it's been awesome. Like I said, she's my best friend. I get to spend off days with her. We do yoga together. She got me into Pilates, which has been really good for me. She's like super health conscious. So like she went through all my like food choices. So I had I had almond milk, and she told me all the things that was wrong with almond milk, and then we moved to oat milk. It's a whole bunch of little
Wait, you
stuff.
can't drink almond milk?
We need some answers. 'cause
She is a pharmacist
I
by
like
trade, so I will say that my wife is a pharmacist by trade, so she's a lot smarter than I am. So some of those stuff I do not question.
What
So,
is he allowed
you
to
just
drink
kinda-
if he can't drink almond milk?
I like almond milk.
I heard a lot of stuff has like sunflower oil and it's not good for you and
Oh,
all this other
man.
stuff. But again, I had a problem staying healthy, so whatever she kind of told me, I was just like, all right, but just throw it away. But no, man, we have a good time, man. Like I said, it's my buddy, it's my life partner. We got to travel the world, went to Dubai.
Yeah.
A lot of
Dope.
like stuff I always wanted to do, but now I have like my best friend
Did
with
she
me.
have to like drag you kicking and screaming into yoga and Pilates, or were you at the point?
Interestingly enough, 2020, I got into yoga on my own, but she sent me to another level. Like, the Pilates really hurts. I don't enjoy that, and I do not do that during the season.
Yeah, but you gotta.
Yeah, the yoga was fun, but the Pilates it's not my deal.
That's another level.
That hurts.
What is the difference? I've done yoga. I've never done Pilates.
So Pilates, you get on a reformer, and it's a lot of resistance stuff. So you can imagine like a 300-pound guy trying to balance and stand up and do single leg squats on a moving platform. It is not a.
Is there any chance
a little dangerous.
you'd let our guys Wayne and Trippy go out and film a Pilates class with you? Because we would really.
Certainly not. Certainly not. You would see me sweating and frowning and questioning my life for all 60 minutes. Certainly not. Certainly
That is
not.
a real
How
shame,
long
bro.
is this Pilates?
Huh?
How long is this Pilates?
I think it's like an hour. Or was
Yeah,
it 45 minutes? 45 minutes of, I don't want to say hell, but yeah.
No, it's pretty close to it.
It's
Pretty
bad.
close to it.
I did the hot yoga the one time.
Yeah.
I've done hot yoga.
And like I wanted to die, and the lady is screaming at me. I'm like, "What, lady? I'm gonna pass away. I'm gonna perish in
No,
this
man.
room right here."
I bring my Yeti cup. It's full of ice. I got cool water. It's cool. Like I said, I
Oh,
could
man.
deal with that.
I'm a
But that-
sweater, so
that
I mean,
Pilates is
that
not.
doesn't work.
I am the most least workout conscious person on this panel,
gosh.
so I cannot relate to anything any of you guys are saying right
That
now.
is crazy.
What is the best gift that you received for your wedding? And if you want to put it out there, if you want to put your worst gift out there, that's cool too. 'Cause,
Yeah,
we want to call somebody out and throw some shade. This is the time to do it.
And let's go ahead and get out of the way. You can't just take the cop out and say my wife. Like we know that part. Skip along.
Right.
Like-
So honestly, we didn't ask for any gifts.
really.
No, we did not.
Okay.
No, we've been blessed, man. Like I said, we get to play football for a living. That takes care of a lot of stuff for us. So, no, I just wanted my friends and family to be there. They made us a really nice video that was
cool.
really, really touching. But people did contribute to like our honeymoon fund. So we got
that's
like
dope.
massages and that stuff when we went to Dubai. But no, man, like I said, for me and for us, really, it was just about having our friends and family be able to come and celebrate. So.
It is the Tyus Bowser Show. Press box from 105.7 The Fan. We're at Guilford Hall Brewery. Tyus, Mike said that all of his friends and family were there, but were you at the wedding? Did you?
I was not at the wedding.
That's weird.
Why would you do that? Why would you put that man on blast like that?
So this is the deal.
I was honestly leading that into what the politics are of
Weddings
like
and inviting
handling-
people, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would skip the politics and say the budget.
yeah.
The budget is political correctness mainstay. So I think we had 50 people?
Yeah.
40 people. Sorry, 40 people. So like I said, I think 3-4 of my best friends were there. It was very much so an older crowd. Grandmas, aunties, all that
But there's
stuff.
no expectation that like every teammate's supposed to get an invite. Like, because you're not the first guy to get married, obviously.
Right. No, I mean, like I said, I think the only teammate's wedding I've been to was Brandon Williams.
that makes sense,
Yeah,
right?
he's
You
like
got-
a big brother to me, but like I said, he spared like no expense. I am more so a
Would you like to call him frugal?
I'd say frugal. I'm a frugal guy. So.
miser, if you will.
I got.
Is my vocabulary. So no, man, we kept it super small, just like literally day ones, and like I said, aunties, grandmas, uncles,
That's
all
cool.
that stuff.
That's
my
cool.
parents took my guest list, so there we have it.
All right, so we learned, of course, a couple weeks ago, Tyus, you remember your new sack dance for this season, right? Like, you remember that's
Yeah,
what
the-
we're
the-
going to be
the
doing
pump,
that when you get a
Really,
sack
Glenn?
this season.
Really?
We saw a new dance. I don't know if it was a new dance, but after you knocked down a pass in Cincinnati, Mike, we saw you pull out the Brent Urban swat the ball away move. Can you show? Because I don't know how to do it. Can you show me how you're supposed to do it?
So I don't think I knocked down a pass. He did. But
Okay,
we
so-
all
all
do
right.
that same celebration. No worries. Shout out to Herb. I don't even know what he calls that. So
don't know what he calls
basically, it's like, he's counting money. He does that first. And then like he's throwing it in the air.
That's
So,
what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So he's
that's
counting.
that's the premise
What
behind
does
it.
that mean? Exactly.
So I mean, I guess like when you make for us, y'all see football as a game, but like this is our way to earn money.
Correct.
So when that happens, like batted passes, pass breakups, all those things count as money going into your bank account when it's time for you to go back to the table. So just like sacks have dances, and obviously people get paid to make sacks and game-changing plays. People like Herb, who are giants, who get to bat down passes a lot more easily than I do. That's his way of changing the game.
So this is one step closer to his goal or incentive.
For the next, right, exactly right. That makes
Gotcha.
sense.
Right.
We saw drop back into coverage a few times on Sunday. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention, and you've been doing that the entire time, and you're like, bro, where you been? I remember you doing it the first time around a couple of times. Every time I see it, it blows my mind. I'm like, yo, Michael Pierce is in coverage right now. How far would you be able to traverse downfield with like a running back in coverage?
Oh, not very far at all.
Yeah.
Not very far at all. Normally my stuff, not to give away game plans, is very short-lived.
This is the zone.
This is the area where you go no further. So, man.
It's been a few times.
I can move a little bit,
you can move.
but I think after 10 yards, I'm shot.
What would your 40 time be right now? What would it be?
What I run in college? I think I ran 4.9.
I was going to say, would it be under 5? I was going to ask, would it be under 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's insane. Dude, what a freak of an athlete for a man. Like, that is
You know how scary that is?
Right? That's
You know how
bonkers.
scary that is?
Bro, that is
I was
nuts.
seeing Matabike chasing down C.J. Stroud. And I
Now
was
that's
just,
somebody who's
A freak,
physically
yeah.
impressive.
and I was just looking. I was like, yo, I can't imagine a 300-pound man running that fast. What was he running, like 17 miles per hour?
18 miles an hour.
That's fast.
Crazy.
He was rolling.
At 300 pounds.
Rolling.
Yo, we're going to need to send you guys out when the aliens come. Like, we're going to need you to help us out in those moments when the aliens come in. Mike, you and I had a conversation last week, and I just wondered if we could share it with a different audience about, Reeta mentioned you being back this time, and what really stood out to me in talking to you is, like, not taking it for granted, and how, like, you can hear in your voice how much of a blessing this is at this point. Can you kind of convey for everybody, being through, I don't think everybody realizes, like, sitting out a season, then getting hurt, then like, everything that you've been through, what a blessing it is to be doing this now at this point in the place where it all started.
Yeah, no, man. Like I said, recapping my story real quick, like, nothing was given to me. I was undrafted from a D1 AA, came in behind Brandon Williams, had some awesome guys like LG and I think Timmy Jernigan, Carl Davis, all those guys were ahead of me on the depth chart. And like I said, I honestly looked up to a lot of those guys, especially like Timmy at Florida State. Amazing college film and pro film, obviously. But no, man, I fought my way onto the roster, just kind of under those guys' tutelage and just started to find my way. Like I said, I did my first 4 years here, played really well. I was even, close to being an alternate to the Pro Bowl my fourth year. So, like I said, I credit all that to, our coaches and, those guys just believing in me to allow me to even get to that point. So that happens, and then COVID hits. I am very much so an asthmatic. I have some upper respiratory issues that I deal with on a daily basis. So my doctor that had me when I was a child told me it's probably best that I sit out. So sit out for COVID. Like I said, you going into the prime of your career, come back, start off really well. I think I had 2 sacks against the Bengals on the first game, and then had another one like a week later. Ended up tearing my tricep, so missed like 8 games that year. And then they fired a GM, all that stuff, and then I ended up coming back here, which was obviously a big blessing. And then I think, week 3. So it was around this time last year. End up tearing my bicep on the same arm. So, like I said, for somebody like myself who works really hard, who tries to, everybody tries to, harden up their bodies, make yourself as strong as you can for each and every season. So those things don't happen, but, like I said, everything happens for a reason in God's plan. So, like I said, for me, it was more so when I got hurt, I was like, dang, I'm at the height of my career. I'm playing really well. Back in Baltimore. Don't intend on leaving, so I just wanted to make a lasting impression that year and then just keep on going from there. But like I said, something happened and tore my bicep, and so I had a whole bunch of time again to not only try to watch football, but just try to rebuild myself. So man, that was a tough road. I'm sure Tyus can echo the same thing with his Achilles and now his knee. But those are the things you use for motivation, and those are the things you start to really, really cherish. Not only the relationships that you build, but just those times on the field. So, a fumble recovery may not be a big thing to most people. If you would have told me I made a fumble recovery my third year, I probably would have brushed it off like, I wish I would have had a sack.
I better, right?
Right, so whatever. But no, just to be back in the bank again, knowing that, I told myself, if I get hurt again, I'm done. Me and my body just can't deal with it. So no, just to be healthy again, back with my brothers, back in where it all started, to make any kind of game-changing play, even if it's a fumble recovery, was huge for me. So man, that was just joy and gratefulness.
What do you say, man? That's awesome. God, that's awesome.
Real quick, how important was it? How important was it for you in terms of like having familiarity with the organization, with the city? I'm sure you had offers at other places, but you chose to come back to Baltimore. So how much of a factor did knowing the coach, knowing the GM, knowing the guys that you left just a couple of years ago, in your decision of coming back here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was huge. Like I said, for me, being when I was year 6, for me it's more so just about being obviously in a solid organization, but winning. So I went to Minnesota. Like I said, unfortunately, I was at the back end of a good thing, and I saw a lot of things that I didn't agree with, but there was no time to change it, obviously. So, like I said, for me coming back here, knowing who Harbs is, knowing who Oz is, Mr. DaCosta, on down to the training staff and all the coaches and obviously the players, I had a special bond with them. I never even thought they would even offer me a contract, especially since I left after I turned down the deal. So, just knowing what I'm getting into, obviously, this is like home for me as an adult. I've never lived anywhere else outside of Minnesota. I actually have family that's from here and lives here. So, like I said, this is home for me. I knew what I was getting into. I knew how committed they are to winning. When you come to anybody, you want to have a solid franchise quarterback. Obviously, we have 8.
I hear he's okay.
I knew what was expected from me in the system. So, like I said, from Miss Val, the Shorty and Manny in the kitchen, I knew everybody. Like I said, we all love each other.
Miss Val, yeah,
Miss
she's
Val
been around a long
lady.
time.
Shout out to Miss Val. But like I said, I have special bonds with these guys, and the opportunity just was too good to pass up.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Make some more noise, please, for Tyus Bowser and Michael Pierce. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. So we're 1 week away from a potential date. When we come back in, we're just going to check in with Tyus and see how he's feeling. We're going to really put him on the hot seat, is what we're going to do. We're really going to put him on the hot seat, and he's not going to be able to tell us. But we're going to do it anyway. That's the way that it works. When we come back in, it is the Tyus Bowser Show. Welcome back in for segment number 3 of the Tyus Bowser Show. I didn't realize Rita was still eating.
Oh, yes,
Sorry,
she
Rita.
Apparently, this food is jumping.
We are
I'm sorry, I was hungry.
It's okay. It's okay. We forgive you.
we are live at Guilford Hall Brewery, Press Box 105.7 The Fan. Tyus Bowser alongside Michael Pierce with us tonight. I want to make sure I again shout out Guilford Hall Brewery because they are awesome hosts.
Amazing, man. Love this place.
The space is incredible. They host events all throughout the year, and they got another. They're going to be opening it in the morning for the London game on October 15th and hosting an official watch party with drink specials and food specials. So they're opening early on October 15th for the London game. This is the place to be, Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North. All right, so we can handle this quickly. You know, week 4 is this week.
It is.
And then after that would be week 5.
That is true.
So
Glenn is
So,
doing the most. You gonna be ready soon or not?
I'm gonna be ready soon.
You gonna be ready soon?
I'm gonna be ready soon.
All
and that's
right.
all I'm gonna say.
I see the smirk on your face, so I'm gonna go with that.
all right, can we pull the curtain back for a second? Because I think people like hear this and they're like, why can't you just ask Tyus when he's going to be back on the field? That's not the way it works.
Don't work that way.
There are policies within the team, and we don't talk about injuries, and that's the way that things go.
And they got HIPAA laws and all that other stuff.
100%, right? So that's the reason why if you turn in, like, why wouldn't you just ask Tyus to say when he's going to be on the field? Well, we can't do that. That's the way that it goes.
You can ask. He ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
He's just gonna say you have to wait and see.
A few people did that after the game. It's like, you gonna be back? I'm like, I'm gonna be back when I be back. You know?
Mind your business.
Exactly. Mind your business. Just
How
mind
are you
your business.
feeling is the way that we can ask that. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's coming along really well. You know, moving on the field a lot more. Getting into, you know, a few of my drills, just getting myself acclimated to being back on the field and, you know, getting used to everything again. So everything is moving in a positive direction, and, you know, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back.
All right, that's the part that matters, is we know it's coming soon, and that's what we're waiting for. All right.
Glenn, I got a question real quick, because we know that Tyus does this thing where he throws the ball to people pregame, and he still does it, because I saw a tweet where you gave a girl a ball, and they were so thankful, you know, for you for.
It was an
doing
adorable
that.
little girl.
It was
Yeah,
she was
absolutely.
adorable.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask Michael, is there any like pregame things that you do to just kind of loosen yourself up a little bit and get prepared for the game?
Not a lot. I tend to listen to like jazz music.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's
For
your
me,
favorite jazz artist?
My favorite jazz artist, I would say Bonnie James.
Okay.
But I can go deeper than that, like Miles Davis, Maynard Ferguson.
Yeah,
I can go
okay.
on and on. But yeah, I'm deep into jazz. So
Okay.
We might, you know what? We might have to start calling Mike Uncle Clean. We might have to.
Might have to.
no, for me it's just more so like calming myself down. So I always wake up like crazy early on game days, like 5 o'clock for like no reason. I take melatonin to try to sleep in, but for whatever reason I can't. So no, it's just more so like getting to the stadium, obviously doing activation stuff with our staff, but just really trying to calm myself down and just kind of relax. I know everybody likes to hear football players say, "Oh, I got to get myself riled up." That's the easy part for me. Once the pads come on, all that stuff, I'm ready to go. But more so, just trying to keep myself in a steady state up until it's time to get on the field. So that's probably atypical, but that kind of keeps me even keel.
And I don't even think that, because didn't Michael Jordan listen to like
Kenny Lattimore.
Kenny Lattimore or
Yeah,
something?
right.
So I mean, listen, you know, hey,
I'm not
everybody
gonna
got
say
their
I'm Michael
voice.
Jordan, but it was interesting to know.
Because you're better, right? So, I want to tell everybody, Grade 8's Memorabilia has this amazing event coming up. It is on October 15th. They are hosting a private screening and brunch for the Taylor Swift Eras Tour film. And I know, Tyus, you're going to be the first in line.
Absolutely.
When it comes out. It's at Horizon Cinemas Aberdeen, and your ticket includes admission to the screening, plus a delectable catered brunch, complimentary glam sessions, popcorn, beverages, exciting giveaways, and much more, and it all benefits the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Find out more at facebook.com/Great8smemorabilia and Great8smemorabilia.com. I bring it up because there was a pretty big story in football this weekend that Taylor Swift attended a game.
Took over the internet.
Are you either, like, I joke about it, but are you at all into, like, do you like ever listen to Taylor Swift at all?
No.
Okay.
The last time I listened to Taylor Swift was when Coach Harb's daughter was in the weight room working out.
Really?
And it was her birthday. So they kind of just
They let her have
they
control
They let her have control of the music.
But you didn't have like your own earbuds to.
No, it was too loud to even.
Oh wow.
But I mean,
Wow.
it was like one or two songs that I knew that was like one of her older songs. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
And Mike, you're not in on the Taylor Swift.
No.
thing.
Okay. I did hear like she's making like billions of dollars.
Yeah,
on
she's
this
doing
tour
well,
and
right? She's
whatnot.
doing well for herself.
Like I said, I'm not the most familiar, but like I said, I understand her greatness. So
Okay, all right.
just leave it at that.
That's a nice way of saying it. And hat tip, Travis Kelce, do your thing, right? Like I think we can all say that.
Yeah.
My
There's a
question
catch.
is,
There's a catch.
you could have any one celebrity be your guest at a future home game, right? Sit in the box, be there as your guest. Who would you want that to be? Hang out afterwards?
And why is it Beyonce?
I don't know. Is that you talking to me?
Either both of you. I want to give
You can go
fans-
first. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that might be a trick question for you. But,
I ain't answering that. Certainly
But I
not.
bet you if you said Beyonce, your wife would be completely fine.
My wife would probably have a blast sitting next to her, so that'll work out all right for me.
Celebrity guest. I mean, I'll probably say like my celebrity crush is Zazie Beetz. I don't know if you've heard of like the Atlanta. She's probably been on a few
okay.
movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my celebrity
So
crush.
you would be looking to pull a date out of this, though.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, you're
I mean,
trying to go the
you
Travis
see-
Kelce.
Yeah,
route.
absolutely. Why not? It's
Oh, I
worked
don't
for
blame
him.
you at all. Shoot your
It's
shot.
worked for-
Isn't that the story that he like just slid into her DMs or something like that? Why not?
Exactly. Why not, man?
There was a cornerback a couple. Was it Will Davis or
Will Davis.
Remember Will Davis?
Yeah.
You know the story that like he married an Olympic gymnast.
Oh, I thought she was. I thought she was a model, but yeah.
I think she was a model and an Olympic gymnast. And I was asking him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I just hit her up on Instagram one day, just like slid in."
That's wild.
And she's a British Olympic gymnast, and he ended up marrying her. Like it's-
Happens all the time.
Right.
Didn't that guy from the Texans marry Simone Biles and like
Yeah.
she?
Oh
hit him
yeah,
up,
right.
And
Yep.
she DM'd him, I think. So
Yep.
it's the world we live in.
I'm just waiting for that
You're waiting to
DM
get the
come
DM?
up. Yeah,
You're
I'm just waiting.
So you would like the DM from this young lady so then you can invite her to the game.
The unfortunate thing, I think she is in a relationship. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah.
All right, so Mike, we know it's not going to be that you're looking for a date out of this.
Certainly
we
not.
understand.
No. I like to say two people. One, because we love her, Snow Aguilera. Like I love her music.
That's
Okay.
So if I could hear her sing after the game, that'd be
That'd be
dope.
cool. That'd be real cool.
I say like a former president, probably like Barack Obama, because I just think he's like super cool.
Then the rest of us would have to
Super
wait
chill
5
dude.
hours to get through security in order to get into the game. So thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks a lot.
I ain't thinking about that part, but it'd be worth it. It'd be worth it.
Thinking about the rest of us and how miserable it would be to try to get into the game. But no, I respect that. I appreciate that a great deal. Speaking of celebrities, let's just say hypothetically, for no reason at all, Kim Kardashian were to be at a Ravens game later this season. No reason why that might be the case, right? Like no reason whatsoever.
Why Kim Kardashian?
I don't even know, right? I'm just throwing out a name, like
Okay.
just
Kim
maybe
Kardashian. At a Ravens game?
at a Ravens game, right? Like
Out of all teams, the
I know
Ravens.
there's 32 teams, and I'm saying she would come to a Ravens game.
Okay.
I like to state on the record, I don't know anything.
I don't know anything. I'm
right,
asking
mind your
questions
business.
now, so that's why, I don't know nothing.
Listen.
You know something, Rita?
Kim Kardashian ain't coming here, okay?
All right, no, wait.
Let's be real, okay? If you ever Kim Kardashian is not coming here.
But wait a second.
This city is a little. This is not Calabasas, okay? We love Baltimore. I love my city, but we are not Calabasas. That lady is not ever coming
But
here.
let's just say she had a friend that played for the Rams, right?
She'll go to the away games where they do play in LA in November.
That's true.
She'll just go out there.
That's true.
That makes
If that were to happen, would you be like, hey, I need to go over and get this pick real quick? Or would...
Honestly, I probably not. Probably not.
I thought you were about to say you. I thought that, Rita, did it sound like he was about to say I probably would and then stopped himself
Wait,
and
because
said...
Tyus, did you used to watch them? Wasn't
Keeping
that
Up-
one of your
Keeping Up
guilty
with the
pleasure
Kardashians?
shows?
Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch that.
Okay.
No, we were
So that was a
very
guest
clear. We're
that you
Jersey
had.
Shore guys over on this side of the table.
Okay, that was one of the guests. Then somebody
Yeah.
said that they loved
I think
watching
so.
it. That was their show. So I
Yeah.
thought it was you.
Oh, no,
Never mind.
no.
Then I agree. I don't think Tyus would like it.
Nah.
You really wouldn't? You'd be like, one pick. Just one pick.
I mean, we've had other celebrities in there, but I mean, I never really just was
Not
like,
a-
yo, let me get a pick. You know?
All right. Mike, what about you? Would you, if just hypothetically, Kim Kardashian were to be at a Ravens game this season for no reason at all?
Nah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm a country boy from Alabama, bro. I don't do all that. You know what I mean? I'm not on that wave.
Oh,
But that'll be dope if you.
That would certainly
if
be
she wanted to
cool.
roll through, right? Yeah.
But I'm interested to figure out whom she would be.
Mike, do you really not know?
We
like,
all are, I guess.
I would like to hear you say it.
Okay, I just realized that you are really good at this, bro. You are really good at dodging this. That was well done. He legitimately had me convinced. He had no idea what we were talking about. Can I ask this? Can you guys talk about that in the locker room? Can you guys be like,
Or
bro,
make pick on guys
Yeah, like
when
you-
they're dating somebody that you know that is kind of high profile or something.
I really don't know if that's true or not.
No, I'm just generally
So-
speaking. Like if it was,
Right.
let's hypothetically say, like if it was someone in the locker room that was dating someone,
Or even if it was
relatively
nonsense.
known, do y'all like get to pick on this person, or like, oh, I heard you was hanging out with, or for instance, when they was at the Drake concert, heard you was hanging out with Drake.
Yeah.
He's famous. Do you guys do stuff like that?
I mean, knowing the guys who knows him, I mean, like they've either been on music videos with this dude, and you know what I'm saying. So we already know. You know what I'm saying. So I
Valid.
mean, we don't really just bring that up because it's like,
Yeah, you don't magically end up on stage at a
Yeah.
Drake concert.
Very true.
You know, like social media ruins like your imagination.
you know who should be on stage at a Drake concert? Our guy Shaggy.
Really?
Should be on stage at a Drake concert. Our dude
Yes.
Shaggy.
You could
Yes.
do some work on, yeah. I can see
Bro,
that.
this guy is as legit as it gets.
And shout out to him too, because I looked at that video for about 10 minutes. Like, did they really bring? No, but the band ain't that cool, are they?
God.
Is it? And I was like, it has to be him, right? Like nobody on the band. I've seen the band walk down Ravens Walk. They're a nice group of people.
Yeah.
They be on the 1 and they be on the 2 and the 4 beat, and so I'm happy for them. But they are not that cool.
I honestly thought that they just was like, yo, you know how to dance, like go out there and do it. And it's like, we're gonna put a camera on you.
They had me fooled.
They had me fooled.
100%.
They had
We
me
had an
fooled.
argument. Herb and I on the sideline was like, this dude is about to get fired. Like he got on Nike Dunks. Like he a little bit fresh for the
Yeah, too
for the
fresh.
band, but
Too
like he got
fresh.
moves. So kudos to you, my G.
Yo, Shaggy is legit. Give it up. Shaggy is here at Guilford Hall Brewery. That dude is amazing. All right, before we get out of here, let's cover two things. One, what are the rules for a fumble and when you pick it up and when you fall on it? Like, I'm not trying to clown anybody. I want to make that abundantly clear. I'm just trying to ask a question about what the rules are. That's it, all right? What are that ball is laying there. You got one earlier this season, Mike. That ball is laying there. When are you supposed to just lay down? And when are you supposed to say, no, we can turn this into a touchdown right now. I'm going to go try to get that football.
I think it just depends on like where you at. You just got to be conscious of where you at. If it's a fumble in the pocket and the ball is around the line of scrimmage, and if Mike Pierce see it, I'm sure he's going to try to dive on the ball. He's not trying to pick it up, you know. For the instance when.
What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying because you got so many guys there, they probably see it as well. You probably want to get on it compared to if, you know, K. Ham, you know, hits the
Yeah.
quarterback and he's 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and the ball just sitting back there, like you would probably want to pick it up and run compared to just diving on it because you have a better opportunity of scoring.
Yeah, so the rule is if you're in the clear, if you feel like you're, by yourself or, you have an opportunity to run, then you can scoop and score. Interestingly enough, we do this as a rookie initiation in camp where they bring the fire hose out and they make them dive on the wet football.
I've never done that.
They've been doing it the past 2 years.
Oh, last 2 years. Okay.
At least, the last 2 I saw. So, what
I wasn't there. I was hurt the past.
You was
2
inside.
years. Yeah.
Either way,
I was inside.
we get out this fire hose. I'm sure they got videos of this crap. So they wet the field up, this little section of the field right in front of the facility, and they bring the fire hose out and they spray the rookies as they try to dive on this wet football. So, I mean, we ain't had that kind of luck the other day, but
It's the way it goes. Again, like I said,
theoretically, we drilled that.
I'm telling you, I'm not trying to get on anybody, right?
Yeah.
It's just I'm fascinated by what the thought, like in that moment,
Yeah.
like what that thought process is. Am I just supposed to get the football? Because you know how it's going to go. If you fall on top of the ball, everybody's going to say, dude, there were 40 yards right in front of you. Like, you should have gone and
The
scored a
most
touchdown.
important thing is to get the ball.
Secure
Right,
the
the
ball.
possession.
Secure
yeah.
the ball. That's it.
Yeah.
Got to make sure you come away with
Yeah.
the ball. So if you go scoop and score, you better pick up the ball or
Yeah.
you're going to get...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
All right. I think we handled that as well as we possibly could. This week, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Real tough stretch these 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's an awful lot of travel in 3 weeks, man. Like, I can't even put into words. I imagine, let's say all the platitudes we're supposed to say, right? Like, driven, focused, after a tough loss, like, everybody's drilled in on what's ahead in these next 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes without saying these next 2 games are division games. So, like I said, we have an opportunity to go 3-0 in the division. If you can do that, your road will be a lot easier
With all the rest of them being at home after
on
that.
the
Right.
back end.
On the back end, yeah.
Right. So if you handle your business up front, you don't have to worry as much on the back end. So that's all the motivation we need.
I mean, y'all started off pretty well in the division. That was a pretty good. Why couldn't we have done a show last Tuesday? Why couldn't we have had that? Just to have that jubilation,
I
man.
mean, it could have been that way this week,
I know. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about Za'Darius real quick, because as we talked about it before, like I know he meant a lot to you guys when you guys were first getting your feet wet. Seeing him on Sunday, the career that he has carved out for himself. After moving, like there's a joke for years that like once you moved on from Baltimore, nobody finds a lot of success, right? Like that dude has found an ungodly amount of success in this league. What is it going to mean to see Za'Darius?
It's going to be awesome. Za'Darius is a fellow Alabamian. So, like I said, I came in a year after him, and I saw him literally take off and then morph into something that I don't think anybody really could have foreseen, like to that height, just being a premier pass rusher in this league. So now I'm super happy for him. I got to play him when he was in Green Bay. But no, man, it's like I said, it's like a family member that you get to see. So kind of like with Big O and Cincy. So no, man, we don't want him to have any success this week, but
No doubt.
it's
No
cool
doubt.
to watch him on film.
Yeah, besides this week, best of luck to that man. But, we're trying to tame him, but he's a great player. And like I said, this is a guy that I've been looking up to, since my first year, looking at him in one-on-ones. And I'm just going through film like, man, like what is he doing to just, move so freely? Like, what is he seeing? And I've always asked him questions about it as well. And I mean, the film shows. I mean, he's in the backfield almost every time, and that's definitely going to be a tough guy we're going to have to look out for and, block. But great player, looking forward to seeing him play. Not expecting too much this week, but, any other time besides this week,
Right.
I'm always supporting that guy.
May he lose by 100 points.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Indeed.
There we go. I don't think we can say anything else about that. Make some noise one more time. Michael Pierce. You got off Twitter. You're still on Instagram, though, right?
Yeah, I'm still on Instagram.
Give Mike a follow there. I want to remind everybody, Glenn Clark 23 is the code, superbook.com, or download the Superbook app. When you do, you will get a same-day first bet match up to $250, win or lose. Glenn Clark 23 at Superbook. Tyus, I hope the next time, we're back together next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Right back here at Guilford Hall Brewery.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
Everybody
that.
here too. Every single person. It's not that many people in here, so I know exactly who's in here.
We will be back here Tuesday, October 2nd. For October 3rd? October 3rd is the date, next Tuesday, for the next Tyus Bowser Show. PressBoxOnline.com/Bowser to find out more. Reeta, love you. Tyus,
friend.
love you, brother. Appreciate
Love you as well, man.
Thank you, everybody who came out tonight. This has been the Tyus Bowser Show.